Messages to the 7 states of consciousness. Unto the guiding principle of the state of returning to first love, write, These things says the one who holds the 7 guiding principles in his right hand of authority, and who walks in the midst of the 7 principles of light. I know your disciplined actions, your labor and your endurance, and how you cannot bear those thoughts which are false. And you have tested the claims of those impulses that say they are apostolic principles, and are not, and you found them wanting. You have borne burdens and endured for the sake of my name principle, and have not grown weary. Nevertheless, I have this against you. You have left your first love, your original flame of affection for the divine self. Remember, therefore, from where you have fallen. Return to your first conscious attention and do the foundational actions, or else I will come unto you quickly and will remove the principle of light out of its place, unless you return. But this you have, you reject the deeds of the Nicolaitan tendency, the impulse towards spiritual hierarchy and domination, which I also reject. He that has spiritual hearing, let him hear what the Spirit says to the states of consciousness. To the one who overcomes, I will grant to eat of the tree of life, the principle of living union, which is in the inner paradise of the absolute source. Unto the guiding principle of the state of faith under pressure. These things, says the first and the last, the one who became as dead and is alive again. I know your inner pressure and your poverty, yet you are rich. I know the slander of the tendency that claims connection with the inner covenant, but is governed by the opposing impulse. Fear none of the things you are about to suffer. Behold, the adversarial force will cast some of you into inner confinement, that you may be tested, and you shall have tribulation 10 days, a complete cycle of pressure. Be faithful unto the threshold of death, the surrender of the egoic will, and I will give you the crown of life. He who has spiritual hearing, let him hear what the Spirit says to the states of consciousness. The one who overcomes shall not be harmed by the second death, the disillusion of the false identity. Unto the guiding principle of the state of living amidst inner conflict, write, These things, says the one who has the sharp, two-edged sword of truth. I know where you dwell, where the seat of the fragmenting impulse is. Yet you hold fast my name principle and have not denied my living witness, even in the days of the faithful faculty who was pressed to death among you, where the fragmenting impulse resides. But I have a few things against you. You harbor the teaching of Balaam tendency, the compromise that entangles consciousness with lower impulses, and the teaching of the Nicolaitans, which works the same corruption. Return from this compromise, or else I will come unto you quickly, and I will fight against these tendencies with the sword of my mouth. He who has spiritual hearing, let him hear what the Spirit says to the states of consciousness. To the one who overcomes, I will give the hidden manna, inner sustenance, and a white stone with a new name written on it, which no faculty knows except the one who receives it. Unto the guiding principle of the state of active love under seduction, write, These things, says the divine self, whose eyes are as a flame of fire, and whose feet are like burnished bronze. I know your love, your service, your faith, your endurance, and that your latter works exceed the first. Nevertheless, you allow the seductive impulse, symbolized by the Jezebel tendency, which calls itself prophetic but leads the faculties astray, teaching compromise with the lower appetites. I gave this impulse space to return, but it did not. Behold, I will cast it into a bed of tribulation, and those tendencies that join with it into pressure, unless they turn from their works. And the offspring of this impulse, the patterns it produces, I will bring to an end, and all the states of consciousness shall know that I am the one who searches the hearts and inner intentions, and I will give to each faculty according to its works. But to you who do not hold this teaching, I place no further burden. Only hold fast what you have until I come. To the one who overcomes and keeps my works till the end, I will give authority over the inner patternings, and this one shall rule them with a rod of iron principle, shattering false structures as vessels of clay, even as I have received from my absolute source. And I will give this one the morning star, the dawning of the divine self within. He who has spiritual hearing, let him hear what the Spirit says to the states of consciousness.